Hi, everyone.
Hi.
That was a track called Bad King Winselschloss. It was a Christmas track, obviously. It is April. And this is our topic tonight!
Oh, our topic tonight! What could our topic tonight be?
Well, we should talk about what the show is and who we are. And,
probably do that.
Hi, I'm Patty Hayes.
I'm Matt Storrs.
Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you.
All of you know us, no strangers are watching this.
Probably not.
We used to live in Phoenix, where we did a variety show together that was edutainment. Matt's trying to find an angle where he feels comfortable. And
this underbeard is nice because it gives me a shadow.
Look at that definition. So we used to host a show in Phoenix called Pep Rally. PEP stood for Phoenix Educational Programming because we lived in Phoenix. And every week we brought on a topic with us. Now we live in New York, and currently we are not leaving our homes due to what is called an international health crisis.
Strangely enough, I don't.
It happens. It happens. But we have been talking about bringing our show back in some capacity for a long time. And we talked about doing a live streaming show. We had talked about doing it live. And we kind of just decided we don't, even if it weren't a pandemic, we don't want to leave the house.
Well, I mean, I would like to leave the house.
But not to do a show. We would like to leave the house to get expensive sushi, cheap
Probably
sushi.
Not. No.
To buy shoes. To buy toys for the cat, toys for the dog.
That dog is what you hear in the background chasing and running around.
That's his little feet. That's his little feet. Here he comes right now.
The best band in the business.
He's our band leader.
He's our band leader, Calvin. Go back to.
Yeah, thank you so much. So we decided. Oh, he came here. So we've decided to just do the show here from our home where we live. For a number of reasons, not the least of which is that it is comfortable here.
Indeed, it is. It really is.
I can sweat all I want.
You can. It's exciting, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
So what we have tonight, we don't have guests. What we have, we do have guests, kind of.
We do have guests.
What we have
people coming and being excited to be on the show.
We have contributions from people in our creative networks.
Yes.
Who have sent in things on our topic, and our topic tonight. Our topic tonight is Android. Android. What does Android mean? Let's find out. According to the dictionary.
Webster's?
Yeah, Webster's. Merriam-Webster's. Not Oxford. Anyway,
Interesting.
Did you know that androids were different from cyborgs?
Yes, absolutely I did. You see, because cyborgs still maintain some degree of humanity. So like they usually started out as a human. And
then they have parts added to them.
Right. So like if you have, like my dad has a pacemaker. He's technically a cyborg.
Oh, my mom's old PT Cruiser was a cyborg because it had a, well, I mean, it was a car.
It was,
but if it were a person,
no, it wasn't a car. It was her cruiser. Because it's a cruiser. It's not a car. So
if she didn't have the factory installed radio, and the factory installed radio were a person's reproductive system, and PT Cruiser were a human being, then when it got the fancy radio, it would have become a cyborg. And now it's just scrap metal.
Well, you know.
This got leaked.
Did she sell it for scrap, or did she allow somebody else for scrap?
I believe she did something really bad, something we hated. Was it a Nissan?
I don't know. You'll have to ask your mom.
Mom, if you're in the comment section, remind me which car was real bad. We had it for like 6 months. It was no good. I don't miss it. I do miss the PT Cruiser pretty much every damn day of my life. I think about PT Cruisers a lot. I have nothing but nice things to say about PT Cruisers. So Android is our topic. Android because it starts with A. We're going to talk about a lot of different things. We're going to talk about Android phones. We are going to talk about people who are probably androids. We are going to talk about movies that have androids contained therein. What is first on the lineup, Matthew?
Well, we should take a look and figure out that we're not completely frozen.
Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody.
Welcome to our topic tonight. It is 15 seconds in. You haven't missed too much except us freezing.
We froze. We came, we conquered, we saw, not in that order. I don't know if
But
we've
we're back.
conquered yet. We're back. We are going to open with an actual thing.
Hattie, what is our first thing we got going on tonight?
So I was thinking, it is clear to me and clear to a number of people in this world that a good percentage of people in Hollywood, people who are famous for reasons that don't have to do with Hollywood, but hang out there anyway, because why not, are in fact androids.
Okay.
Did you know this, Matthew?
I presumed they were not, because I don't believe we have the technology for that. But I'm happy to assume that some of them are, just based on how fit they are, how talented.
See, and it's interesting that you said those are your reasons, because I consulted with a panel of celebrity experts earlier today. They're not celebrities, they just are experts in celebrities. And they were able to determine through minutes of research that up to 74% of celebrities are androids.
Okay.
So what we're going to do here is it's a game. It is a game, what we're starting with.
Is it really a game if they have control of these celebrities?
Well, the celebrities have control of themselves through cybernetic enhancement.
I see. Okay. Okay. So
Yes.
are they? Okay. Let's
So
get to it.
I'm going to list celebrities, and you're going to tell me whether or not they are in fact androids.
Okay.
You can play along at home. That sounds fun for you. Yell at your screen. Leave a comment.
Yeah, leave a comment. I will
I
be
don't know.
checking them throughout the show.
We will be.
Patty?
It doesn't freeze. So here's softball here. Gwyneth Paltrow, is she an android?
Yes.
Absolutely, she is.
Absolutely. Gwyneth Paltrow, absolutely an android. Nobody can be like that and be so devoid of human, just basic decency.
She doesn't even have bones.
She
Gwyneth
doesn't.
Paltrow doesn't have bones.
Is she made of cartilage?
She's made of pure carbon. It just
Carbon.
you scrape away a little bit of the skin. There's not even that much skin on top of the carbon.
That's all the acidic peels she does.
Yes. Anyway, so Gwyneth Paltrow, no bones. Android. Bill Gates.
Cyborg.
No, I'm so sorry. Bill Gates is a human man.
Okay.
And when Bill Gates dies, that'll be it.
All right.
Brian Williams.
Human.
No, android.
Ryan Williams, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know.
So our overlords have different plans.
Elon Musk.
Android.
Yeah, speaking of overlords.
Yeah, I mean, same thing. He's very clearly in that same sphere with Gwyneth Paltrow of human beings don't act like this.
Grimes. Do you know who Grimes is?
I do. I know that she is a small woman who may or may not be in an agreement with Elon Musk, or in love. Love. What is love but an agreement to love one another? I'm going to say human.
You're half right.
So she is a cyborg?
No, she's half android on her father's side. And she, as you know, is having a child with Elon Musk.
Which will make it a fourth android.
A fourth human, because Elon Musk is fully. Yeah, I don't know how it works. If anyone watching is an android,
yeah,
and you can explain Android Genetics, which is a great band name. If you can explain
Android Genetics, we'll write
Android Genetics to me, that would be wonderful. Moby.
That is an android?
No, Moby is a human being who slept with multiple people I know. Timberland.
Human.
Android.
What?
I know. Nicole Kidman.
Android.
Human. What's wrong with you?
Maybe she used to be, but she was replaced.
No. We watched all of Big Little Lies together. Robots
Right, you can't.
Robots can't do that.
Humans can't act that efficiently.
Meryl's a human. Meryl's too
Well,
human.
right, but she's the old school. Nicole Kidman is a synthesized. We know exactly what we need to do. We need to, hair flip.
Oh, I like your Nicole Kidman hair flip. That made me feel interesting.
Well, we'll see.
We'll see if we're gonna keep going.
We're gonna keep.
And if it ever unfreezes,
Let us know.
let us know. We're gonna keep going. We'll see what happens. Okay, great. Jada Pinkett Smith.
Oh, hey! Hi, everybody.
You know what? I'm going to write some mean emails to the folks at Restream eventually.
But don't worry, it's only the first show.
It's only the first show. We have 25 more letters to get through to figure this out. So
yeah.
Someday you'll get to watch a live uninterrupted show from us.
Not today.
Not today.
Not today. But we'll edit it together, and you can have the YouTube and other videos.
You sure can. When you left us, or when we left you, rather, when we left you, we were going through a list of celebrities who may or may not be androids. I was quizzing Matt. We're going to get through that now, so then we can move on.
Okay.
So just a couple more.
Jada Pinkett Smith was an android, just to catch you up.
Is Greta Gerwig?
No.
No, of course not.
Of course not. She has too much emotion.
Jared Kushner?
Android, I guess.
He's an android in that he is not quite human.
Okay.
Is he actually in the form of a human? Who's to say?
Who's to say?
Depends on your point of view. J-Lo.
J-Lo. I gotta say human.
She's a human. She's a human, and she takes good care of her skin. And so that is an example to all of you to moisturize. Here's a cool quarantine hack. Just use eye cream on your neck. That way, it stays real young. I don't have any neck wrinkles. It's definitely because I use eye cream on my neck and not because I am 25. Okay. Tom Cruise.
Android.
Yeah. Mark Zuckerberg.
Zuckerberg. Sorry, that's me. I apologize. Android.
John Travolta.
Android.
Elizabeth Moss.
Human,
and she's a double agent. You think that everyone in Scientology is an android. They're not. No, some of them are fighting the good fight from within. Speaking of the good fight, does anyone watch that? Should I watch that? Is it a sequel to The Good Wife? Is it a spinoff?
It's just good
Mork
people
and Mindy
being
situation?
good. I
Is that what it's about? I don't know. That was our first game.
I'm pretty excited.
I'm pretty excited about that. And I think that we can now do our first contribution from a friend of the show.
Okay.
Would you like to read that, Matt?
Yeah, I'm happy to read it. This is okay. So it was Frozen. People have commented. This is my Nicole Kidman. She's so efficient, she must be an android. Hair flip. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
It was beautiful. I am going to let Matt entertain you with a partner submission, partner contributor content, while I take a close look here at the computer. So ignore me, I'm going to be off to the side, but Matt is going to...
Okay, everybody.
I'm putting Matt on the spot is what's happening.
Yeah.
In an act of incredible cruelty.
Nobody panic. It was just a Rocketbook. This show is unofficially sponsored by Rocketbook. They said no to the sponsorship, but I'm still going to use it. Okay. Cam, thank you. This is the part of the show where I read something somebody has sent in. Today, we have a poem written by friend of the show, friend of yours, friend of mine, Michael Palladino.
Woo!
So, this poem is entitled, Do Androids Dream of Electric Dick?
Mom, mute it. Mom, mute it.
If you have children around, earmuff them, or move them. They probably, Okay, we'll bleep this in the rebroadcasts. Do androids dream of electric dick? Do robots get turned on? Would Johnny 5 gulp Robocop's load till his synthetic jizz was all but gone? Are they programmed for pleasure, or are they programmed with shame? Would R2-D2 and your Roomba ever play such a wicked game? Would T-1000 melt with molten lust if Conky let him know that today's secret word was bareback and offered him some blow? Would Data sneak to the holodeck to satisfy some kinks? Or perhaps he's sex positive and cares not what Riker thinks. Are all those beep bop boops just electric mating calls? Do they long for eating asses and licking rusted balls? Do androids dream of electric dick? Do sex drives and hard drives intertwine? Or are they asexual by nature? Hopefully, we may know in time.
Wow, that was beautiful. And by beautiful, I mean,
Hey, Palladino, you okay, pal?
Hey,
Palladino?
Palladino, friend of the show, fantastic. I think that this is well worth publishing. I think that you can get this in some places.
Friend of the show, enemy of the state.
I don't know about that.
It was erotic. It really just emphasizes how many of these robots I don't know.
You don't. And if you want, I don't know what your plan is for the show, but do you want to play my game?
Well, my plans are rapidly crumbling apart in my hands as I try to figure out how to screen share. So yes, please.
Okay, we're going to try and screen share. If not, it's going to be in the YouTube.
Yeah, it's going to be in the YouTube. And
then we're going to be sad. Okay, so I have put together a little game, which is, many of you may know that I have a large affinity for Janelle Monáe.
Yes. Hence why I have worn, grab my legs, these shoes, which have cool little neckties. See, it's
It's very cool.
A necktie because she wears suits a lot.
She does wear suits a lot, and it is for her.
Also because my dad said that we should wear shoes and socks when we're on camera because
I have Pac-Man ghosts.
Look at that. He did not like to see Matt's feet last time that we were online.
They're too sexy. My feet are too sexy. That's what he says. Feet.
Oh, I hate where this is going. Let's play the feud. Okay, so what is our game here?
Hattie hasn't listened to too much Janelle Monáe, and she hasn't really considered the implications of Janelle Monáe's Cindy Mayweather saga. And so...
What is that? Explain that to people
me,
who love Janelle Monáe, but only listen to
Dirty Computer?
I was going to say Make Me Feel on repeat at night, every night, before bed. Also sometimes in the shower. I light candles in the shower. Is that so bad? What are they going to catch on fire? The shower curtain? There's water right there.
Cool. So, Janelle Monáe released a number of albums before Dirty Computer, her most recent one. Including the Metropolis Suite, Arc Android, and Electric Lady. And these stories, these albums, tell the story of an android who falls in love with a man.
Rookie mistake.
You gotta be careful about that.
Don't do that.
By the robot's name, the android's name is Cindy Mayweather. And so it follows Cindy Mayweather through her, this post-apocalyptic world that's super futuristic as she tries to escape and being disassembled. Okay. And so there's supposed to be one more entry into this, but then Janelle Monáe got super popular, and now she put that on the back burner, which, as a fan of Janelle Monáe, makes me very happy for her because she's very busy, and that's great. But also, I want to know what happens to Cindy Mayweather. So... also, this is the spiritual successor to Deltron 3030, but we won't get into that. That's not important.
Matt will text you about it after.
Yeah, text me. I have a whole theory. It's not canon or anything. Okay.
Even if you don't text him, he'll probably tell you.
I will. Just ask me. I talked to some people about. Okay. So I created a game, which was this a lyric from Janelle Monáe's previous albums,
the Cindy
Mayweather saga, or just songs on those albums, or was this said by a android or robot in a film?
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to read these to you, and then you're going to tell me whether or not it was Janelle Monáe or a robot in a movie.
Okay.
There's 5 of them. If you guys want to play along, feel free. That glow that's in her eye gives you visions in your mind.
I mean, it kind of rhymes, which obviously makes me think song lyric. But additionally, I have not seen the movie Weird Science.
Okay.
In Weird Science, don't they make a lady?
They do make a lady.
Is the lady a robot?
That's a very, very difficult question to ask. It might be a group hallucination, but I'd say most likely she is a robot in that film, if I recall correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong. Nice people.
Okay, on that note, I'm going to say there's a Janelle Monáe lyric.
Okay.
Because I can't conceptualize another context for that. Besides, if Weird Science lady is in fact a robot, then okay, I can see her referring to herself in the third person, or so I can see a set of circumstances leading to that being a robot in a movie line. But since I cannot, Janelle Monáe.
That is correct.
Cool.
That is off the song Dorothy Dandridge Eyes with Esperanza Spalding, friend of the show.
Friend of the show. Man, we wish.
If you would like to be my friend Esperanza Spalding, I would be so happy.
Please look at him. Look at his earnest face.
Hey,
his uncut hair. His big beard.
It's not really big. It's
for him.
For me, this is great. Okay. So also, I'd like to note, I didn't note this up front, that there are little skits in some of the Janelle Monáe.
Skits?
Yeah.
I love a good skit.
So more, maybe they're not necessarily song lyrics. They might be like spoken interactions
Matt, you don't have to explain a skit to me. You don't have to explain a skit to me. You don't have to explain a skit to any of my friends, any of my loved ones.
Okay.
They know what a skit is, don't you?
They're nice little bits. Okay. Next one.
Okay.
Row some bolts.
Ooh, that has to be a movie. I don't know what movie, but man, if I were a teenage boy, I would totally have a poster that said that.
That is Madame Gasket from the movie Robots.
Wow, Robots. I remember Robots. I definitely rented that from Blockbuster. That and the one where they get flushed down the toilet. Flushed away? Is that it? With the rats? Robots is good, but also it opens with robots kind of having sex. What I remember is it's the mommy robot and the daddy robot. And they're talking about having a baby. They're like, making the baby's the best part. And then they get like all the baby pieces out of a box and put it together. And I don't like the implications that has about consciousness.
That's a strong start to a film. Just like going straight to that.
That's
like I don't know. I've never seen it. Okay.
Anyway. So yay, 2 for me. I'm 2 for 2.
Two for two.
Dogs here.
Was chased, erased, then thrown away.
That has to be. Was chased, erased, then thrown away in that order. It is a Janelle Monáe lyric.
That is correct. That is Many Moons by Janelle Monáe. So Hattie has already won our prize, whatever that might be, but we're going to do the next two. Attractive, nice software.
Again, I don't know what the movie Weird Science is really about, but this has to be. This sounds Janelle Monáe-y. This sounds like maybe she. Okay, so in the context of the story of the albums, she is an android, and she is talking about how other androids are also hot.
Or this human says this to her. You're attractive, nice software.
I would love to be told that. Someone say that to me, please. I would say that it is a Janelle Monáe song or skit.
It is not. It is Johnny Five from Short Circuit.
Oh, I have not seen Short Circuit. I have, because it's a show, right?
It's a movie.
It's a movie.
It's 2 movies. I personally like Short Circuit 2 more, but Society didn't.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's good. I like them. There's some aspects of it that aren't so great, but we won't go into that. Okay, last one. She wants to dance, but she has cold feet. Her confidence low.
This is from. Are there movies where a lady dates a boy robot? Because this sounds like in my mind, this is a young Nick Cage as a robot.
Okay.
And he's a hot robot. Like, remember when Nick Cage was like the hot boy in movies? So he's a hot boy robot, and a girl who wants a date takes him to her prom.
Okay.
But he falls in robot love with another human woman. And so he's saying this in this context. That is my final answer.
Unfortunately, this is Janelle Monáe from the song Cindy, the titular song of the Cindy Mayweather songs, but that's okay.
That's okay.
But yeah, so I think so you still did 3 out of 5. That's pretty dang good.
That is pretty good.
So you get a firm handshake.
Thank you so much. I love that.
Yeah,
I also get
a good one.
a fresh, clean bottle of Peeps Creamer.
Peeps Creamer?
Peeps Creamer by International Delight, another sponsor of the show.
Unofficial.
Unofficial. Peeps Creamer. Yeah, Cadbury would have made more sense, but you're not the first person to think of that, so shut up. Right now, we have a presentation from friend of the show, Jeena Bloom, about trend forecasting and what the future in androids might look like.
All right, everyone, welcome to Androids. My name is Jeena Bloom, and this is the topic. I'd like to thank Hattie for asking me to be on the show, and I do have a lot to say about this topic, so let's go ahead and get started. Feel free to take notes. I know this is a recorded session, so if you have any questions, please check with your moderator, and she will provide you with information on how to contact me, and I will do my best to answer in the most expeditious way possible anyway. Thank you again. This is Androids. My name is Jeena Bloom. Anyway, this sure looks like the end, and by what I mean the end of humanity in general. We're pretty much screwed. If not exactly right now, then pretty soon. And what happens in the future? Androids. That's what happens in the future. Androids take over everything. And I want to expand this topic just a little bit to include robots. Robots in general, probably going to be the ones to take over our planet. Androids, robots, machines with intelligence. I think they're going to be the ones that step out of the woodwork after we're gone and obtain stewardship over our little blue marble, the Earth. So I am going to say to those of you watching after us, robots, what's up? What's up, robots? How are you doing? You have inherited our planet. I hope you're doing better with it than we did. And I just want to give you some pointers, I guess. Robots, let's talk. So yes, you've inherited our world. And we really screwed it up, didn't we? Yes, we totally screwed it up for y'all. We are very sorry. We're mostly sorry for ourselves. And dolphins, by the way, maybe you're next in line after robots. I don't know. They'll probably screw it up even more than us. Basically, we're all very bad at our jobs. We do apologize. Sorry we screwed it up for y'all. Now, robot. What kind of robot are you? That's what I want to know. There are lots of robots in the world. I want to know what kind of robot has taken over our planet. Maybe you're one of those orange factory arm things that builds cars. I don't know. Maybe they took over the world. Perhaps you're a sex robot, a sexy sex robot with a removable scalp and a clear skull. Maybe those took over the world. I don't know. That would be kind of cool, I think. And you know what else would be kind of cool? If the arm robot and the sexy sex robot, they met at a grocery store. That's what I think would be kind of cool. They met at a grocery store, and what happened was they were both reaching for the same sack of oranges at the same time, right? The robot arm and the sexy sex robot, they wanted to get a sack of oranges from the grocery store. They both grabbed the same one at the same time, and then the bag spills, and then they both reach for the same single orange at the same time, and then they touch hands. And there's a spark of electricity. There's a little bit of an attraction. That's what I think is going to happen in our future. A little bit of attraction. The robot arm, the sexy sex robot. Robot arm says, hey, my name's Kyle. Sexy sex robot says, hey, my name's Brittany. Hey, Brittany, you want to go for a walk with me today? I think there might be something here. Brittany's like, this is crazy. This is so crazy. I never do this. I just met you. Anyway, so they agree. And, robot arm, he goes back to his spacious New York City loft. I don't know how he affords it. He's a robot arm. How does he afford all this stuff? I don't get it. But anyway, that's where he lives. And his roommate is one of those trash trucks, with the thing that flips in, all by itself in those robot trash trucks. And he walks by his roommate and he's like, hey man, what's up? And then his roommate's like, yo, what'd you do today? And then Kyle's like, I met someone at the grocery store. They might be the one. And then Kyle's like, man, don't do it. Don't get your heart broken. Don't be like me. Don't do it. Anyway, the sexy sex robot Brittany goes back to her apartment, which is, just a complete replica of Jennifer Garner's place from 13 Going on 30. Also don't know how she affords that, but, that's where she lives. And her roommate is one of those off-brand Roombas, not the real ones, one of those off-brand ones that you get on Amazon for like half the price. And she's like, hey, girl. And then, you find out actually that the trash truck and the off-brand Roomba were actually a couple together. And we find that out later on. But basically, we don't worry about that right now, because what happens is they go on a date together. The sex robot and the arm, they go on a date together through post-apocalyptic New York City. And you know what? It's such a charming date that actually post-apocalyptic New York City is like another character in the movie, just like the trash arm, just like Kyle, just like Brittany, another character. It's all related is what I'm saying. It's all very charming. And they have a spark. And it's like, this is so crazy. I don't know. I have never felt this way. And that's what Kyle says in Brittany's like, just please don't break my heart. Now, I get it. We've seen this before. Kyle, he has commitment issues. We know that. Brittany, on the other hand, has a messy relationship with their ex. It gets very complicated. Their ex, by the way, is the robot spider from Wild Wild West in a plot twist. Anyway, it all gets resolved. He's pretty hot, but you know what? It all gets resolved. They live happily ever after. And that's the world that I see for robots in the future. That's what I think robots are going to be looking at. That's what I think. And you know what, you guys? You're welcome to it. You're welcome to our planet. Enjoy your new planet, robots. I really hope you take better care of it than we did. Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much. Well, I hope you guys enjoy your new planet, and I hope everyone watching enjoyed the show. Thank you.
We also had a wonderful video which charmed the pants right off me. I'm in a skirt, so it's fine. Yeah. From our friend Trevor Skies.
Trevor Skies. Very
friend of the show.
And here's that video now.
Cool, thank you, Gears and Giggles, for having me tonight. I got a couple of jokes for you, kind of androidy jokes. What did the android say to the cyborg? How does it feel to be half stupid? All right, that's fair enough. Okay.
Well, I thought it was a fine joke. Hi, I'm local quarantine comic making no money, Trevor Skies, and you're watching our topic tonight, androids. Beep boop. Hi, Matt. Hi, Hattie. If I'm reading the room right, you guys want to see some more of that set.
What did the cyborg say to the android? Can we play a game other than chess? You're really good. Okay, let's move along.
So when you guys hear the word android, what do you guys think about? Smartphones, like the OS? I don't know, Boston Dynamics, the end of the world?
No! Yes!
We are entering in such a tricky tech age, and nobody is better at painting such a bleak future than Westworld. And that's a documentary that was sent from the future, airing presently on HBO. And it's one of those shows that begs its viewer to ask themselves, are androids, real life like androids, any different than humans if you could no longer tell the difference? And I really feel that if your androids look like this, or this, and here's another one. Actually, I think that's Ford. Is he human? He's human. Has to be human. And this girl, God, I don't even know who this girl is. I tell you what, though, she's smoking. Here's another android who has a bomb dress. Boom. There it is. Here's another human. Android. Human. It has to be human, right? This is an android. I know that. because she has a daughter she cares about. Here's a loser. This guy better be human or I'll be mad. And that's Aaron Paul, and that's how you know you should watch the show, baby. Check it out, Westworld.
Okay, if I'm banging a sex robot, very lifelike, just like banging a human, is that cheating?
No, but it is a problem.
Babe, stop stepping on my bits. This is my bit. Yeah, there's gonna be a couple of continuity errors in this video. Sorry guys, not the best. But let's dive back into that world of sex robots where I'll be answering all the burning questions on everyone's mind, and in some cases, their genitals. Wait, I'm getting that there's a better angle for this story. This one. Anyway, that's my reality report. Thank you guys for having me on our topic tonight, androids. Beep boop. Bye, Matt. Bye, Hattie. Thanks for having me, guys.
I had posed the question on Facebook a few days ago when we announced the show shortly after. This is going to be a hot take. This is the political portion of the show. Ooh, wow. I had posed the question, do you use an Android phone? And if so, explain yourself. Because I have gone both ways. I also have used Androids and iPhones.
Hey, that's a joke.
So this is an iPhone, as you can see. It is the, I think, XR, XL, X.
It's an Android. It's not an Android phone.
Android.
It's an iPhone. It's fun.
And so we both have iPhones right now,
We do.
so I wanted to just open up the dialogue. Here's some things I didn't know about Androids. So people say that Androids are easier to customize, and that you can go in and you can change how it looks. You can change the startup sound. You can change everything from your font to the types of programs that are allowed and the widgets on your home screen and how big the buttons are. I personally feel like that's too much choice.
Yeah, I think. Well, I mean, people are crippled by choice. Is what we found through many studies. But
By many studies, he means buffets in Vegas. When you have too many choices, you just feel bad.
You do, and it can be frustrating. But the thing about it is that if you are eased into the choice, if you know that it's there, it can be really comforting. If you choose not to take it in, or take up the company on doing it, so people that really know how to edit their phones, super excited.
Right.
People that are like, oh yeah, I'll learn how to do that. Also excited.
But people like me who want to use their phone and then put it down and walk away from it and go sit in the bath and watch Little Women, probably not.
You just want to have fun.
I just want to have fun. I also feel this way. This is something that really stood out to me in the comments. I don't know what an operating system is or does. Rico. I mean, I do. I took classes on it, but I don't need a lot of computing power on my phone is my thing. Like, I use it to take selfies in low light because that's where I look my best, and to text my mom. What else do I need on a phone? So Androids, apparently, according to the good people of Facebook, according to many people on my Facebook, so maybe this is just reflects the subsection of my friends more than it does the phones themselves. Many people who have Android phones say that they're much sturdier than iPhones and don't shatter.
That's true. That's been my experience.
How many phones have you broken?
Well, I mean, not okay. So I used to trade my phone in every 3 to 4 years. So I started with Android, and then I got an iPhone, went back and forth, and then most recently just stuck with iPhone. But when I had my original iPhones, maybe not original, but, version 2, whatever.
2 or 3.
Those were much more prone, it seemed, to breaking. Whereas my Android phones, the cases seemed sturdier, and it was a much more efficient system. But, I wanted to be in a position where I could learn new operating systems. I didn't want to get stagnant in my brain acuity. So I wanted to figure out how to use it. And then I just kind of stuck with Apple because it seemed like everything came out first on Apple.
Which, again, people in the comments have said that Android comes out with stuff first. But again, I don't know what features I'm looking for, you know?
Right.
Like people are like, it has a better camera. And I'm like, again, I like to take my selfies from far away on the 4th of July when there's a smoke bomb going off. So no one can see any part of me in full detail. That's how I like to take photos. So again, I'm like, but I have broken a number of phones, and it appears, to me at least, my irresponsibility and perhaps recklessness are agnostic to form.
Mm-hmm.
I will now tell you about some phones I've broken. I broke one phone in high school that was an Android because I had it sitting on the counter when I was babysitting, and I opened the cabinet in the kitchen of the house where I babysat, and a comically large bottle of Elmer's glue fell out of the cabinet and onto my phone, and it shattered into a million little pieces. One time I had a phone that was an Android, and I had a case for it, and I had dropped it a couple different times, and it was fine. And then one time I dropped it on very soft carpet, and that is when it shattered into a million
Well, those
pieces.
other ones, like eased it in to breaking.
Well, see, and that's my thinking too. Is like I've also had a number of phones that just glitch out and stop working. When I got my most recent iPhone, actually, Matt, you remember this, I'm sure. I had had an Android before that didn't give me notifications.
Right.
On anything, on any app, on text or calls, notifications did not work. I tried to fix it. I reset it. I went in and tooled around with it, and I could not figure it out. I had friends look at it. We couldn't figure it out, so I ended up getting an iPhone. And that was very cute because I got the iPhone while I was at home in Missouri with my family. And on my flight back, Matt had everyone, he went house to house in Phoenix giving people cupcakes that they decorated in my image, by which I mean sparkly. And then they all posted pictures of those cupcakes and tagged me in them. So when I landed
said nice things
and said nice things and loved me. And then when I got back, I had a million notifications, and I was like, oh no, this is a monkeypox situation. I wished for more notifications. I got so many. And then I ended up getting all those nice things.
It is nice. And also, truth be told, it was a very nice thing I did. Sure. But it was also a stress test, because if you got hundreds of notifications in quick succession getting off a plane, we're going to see if it's going to be efficient, and if it's going to crash. It's like that game the kids played where they would just send the same thing.
Where they just send the same thing?
They send the same text 1,000 times.
Oh, you mean like draking? That's what.
Yeah, draking.
Well, that's not what it's usually called. That's called when me and a specific group of friends in college would just send each other pictures of Drake over and over until our phones burned. Maybe that's why none of my phones last.
That's probably why.
So that phone is not the one I have now. I think it's I've had, my rule is usually whatever's cheapest or whatever my mom can find a good bargain on. And when we switched to T-Mobile, I got an iPhone again. And I did break an iPhone. I had iPhones just die. It happens. But I also did break an iPhone, a shattered one once. Only one. I've only shattered one. And what happened was I had an OtterBox. I got the OtterBox free when the Super Bowl came to Arizona, and they were giving out free OtterBoxes. That was a weird time. Very strange promotion. But it worked great. And then I took the OtterBox off to clean it because it was disgusting. Just lots of purse dust and probably food. And so I am not kidding, this is not an exaggeration. In the 90 seconds I had taken my OtterBox off to clean my phone, I dropped my phone and it shattered.
Oh no, that's sad.
It was very sad. So
I once lost a phone in a nightclub in Las Vegas, and then I cried when I got back to my room.
Was it an Android?
Yeah, it was an Android.
Well, I guess that settles it. We're iPhone people.
Yeah.
We're cryphone people.
Yeah, and I mean, it was sad.
I can definitely see that people. I think that people generally are probably like one system versus another.
I do, and I think that we have some insight on that from friend of the show here with his thoughts, Ian Gilb.
Hi, my name's Ian Gilb, and I'm 36 years old. I grew up in like the 80s, 90s era stuff, and when I was growing up, like Android was a cool word. Like it was so bad, like cyborg, words like that, like futuristic words. Like it made you think in the future you would get these cool ass robots to be your butler or whatever you wanted, and it just it was so hopeful. And now today, Android is like spat upon. It's like there's no black and white anymore. It's just blue or green bubble. Everything about Android is so low in society, and it makes me sad.
I mean, that green versus blue dynamic that he discussed, fascinating. That really is how our world is becoming divided.
Yeah, and we're going.
Alex Yardley declares the pup is adorable. He's shy, also. He's hiding. What is his name? His short name is Cam.
C-A-M.
C-A-M. His full name and title: Commandant Cameron Quincy Camembert, Secretary of Dog Warfare.
How did he earn the title Secretary of Dog Warfare? What is dog warfare?
Well, dog warfare is when dogs don't like other dogs, or they don't like cats, and they want to be tough. Like Cam is getting very tough. He's moving here because Dottie is now in the shot, and now he's freaking out.
This is Dottie. Her name is Dottie Malin Hayes. Her middle name is Malin, after the character from Steel Magnolias. I'm very superstitious, so I would not ever name my human child over a character in Steel Magnolias. Because,
right, that's a bad idea.
That's a bad plan. But Dottie doesn't know because she's never seen it. She does not have a title. She does not have a job. She contributes nothing to my household but joy. And stress from him, I guess. But.
Well, this is good stuff.
This is good stuff. I'm going to let her go, and then I actually have another poem to read. This one, considerably less erotic. So a fun thing about living in New York is that most people don't know my dark history with the poetry scene.
The dark history of the poets.
Yeah, mostly just that I was very, for a while, before I met you even, I was very plugged in, I suppose, to use Android terminology. Very connected and very invested emotionally in the poetry scene in Phoenix. I still love poetry. I've been writing a poem a day for National Poetry Writing Month, which is April's National Poetry Month. If you want to Venmo me money, I'll send you my poems. That's the only way you're seeing them, fools, because they're for me. I don't talk about it a lot, obviously, but I do have still a number of very good friends in the poetry community who are all very talented, very cool. And a couple weeks ago, my friend Rob Sturma, who's on Facebook, had posted that he has 2 books that he was selling on Venmo as PDFs. And I was like, hey, I am in my home and I have all the time in the world to read. And so I was reading one of his recent books that came out fairly recently called We All Wear the Mask. And if you like wrestling or superheroes or anything they're in, it's a good fit for you. And I will make sure to give you guys a link to contact him for that book after this. But I was reading the book, and there's one poem that really stood out to me and made me think, hey, this is a good fit. And so I messaged him and asked if I could read this on the show. And he said yes. And thank you very much, Rob. I'm going to read this poem,
cool,
which is not about androids.
Okay.
But it is about, it is after a show called The Good Place, which I think you're familiar with. So this is Not a Robot, Not a Girl by Rob Sturma. Thank you so much. Okay. Janet has a posse. Janet has a band. They're called Not a Robot, Not a Girl, and they're taking the void back. They will rock all the puppies. All the puppies in the void will be created and then rocked by all the Janets. Janet's band doesn't rock in a straight line. Not a Robot, Not a Girl rocks in the loopy infinite curse of time. They rock in the Jeremy-Bearimy of it all. Sometimes they rock on Tuesdays, sometimes at 2 a.m., sometimes never. But there they all are, a polyphonic spree of Janets. Good Janet on lead vocals, bad Janet on bass, disco Janet funking the void on drums, all chanting to the beat. Not a robot, not a girl. Not a robot, not a girl. Think of how many times in the Jeremy-Bearimy was Janet called a robot, a girl. 802 reboots, 350 years of, oh, girl robot, hey robot girl. Not a robot, not a girl. Is playing through the universe, piped into the judge's chambers and the accountant's office. Not a robot, not a girl goes great with the corner piece of cake. Jason says, Janet, for a robot, you're a great girlfriend. Janet says, I'm one of those three things. Not a Robot, Not a Girl was once called the Janets, but they kept getting labeled as a girl group. Not a girl, not a magical slave robot, not a front desk lady. It's got to be frustrating being misgendered and dehumanized for all eternity, seen as a broken punchline ready for reboot. It's almost funny. Or not. Man, we need more poetry in the world about Michael Schur shows. Honestly, that's probably what the world needs now more than anything. Also, just more poems dedicated to Darcy Carden.
Yeah, more Darcy Carden representation.
National treasure. Again, that is from Rob Sturma's book, We All Wear the Mask. I'm going to drop links to his information, his Venmo, in the description of this, in the comments, etc. But he's very cool, very talented, and has lots of good poems. There's lots in this book about the Ninja Turtles and other great. Just if you like. Do you like pizza? Were you ever a teenage boy? Did you ever love a teenage boy? Did you ever hate a teenage boy? Then you'll like this book. So I'll make sure to connect you guys to that so you can contact him. And one thing that we had talked about is eating a snack on screen to wrap up the show.
Yeah, our band leader is getting tired.
And for those of you who've been here since the beginning, we did initially talk about screen sharing. That was our intention. We've had some technical errors, which this is our first show. That's fine.
Figure it out.
That's
we were
It's
excited
fine.
that we could simulcast to multiple things, and we're like, we're good. And we were like, oh, we can screen share. We're good. And then after 7 minutes,
we tested it. Apparently, we didn't test it for 7 minutes.
You gotta test for more than 7 minutes. That's the trick.
Well, more than 5 minutes, because we had one that was 4.5 minutes long, and that was like 4.5 minutes. If we can go 4.5 minutes on all three platforms, we're fine. And I don't know why I said it in that voice, but I did. But next week we will be on YouTube for sure.
Yeah. Hope springs eternal.
We will be on YouTube as well as other things. And we're gonna work out some kinks, but
we love you.
We love you guys. Thank you for listening to this.
Yeah, and we're gonna have a snack. If you guys want to grab a snack, we can share a snack.
We're gonna all share a snack together.
We're gonna share a snack. It's gonna be lots of fun.
And so we talked, Matt, previously about making theme snacks. Tell them a little bit.
Yeah, so there's 26 themes, and we're like, this will be a fun part of the show, be a segment, and we'll have themed snacks each week. But frankly, couldn't really figure out what to do for Android. If you have ideas,
that's not what happened. What happened is on Saturday of last week we made sangria.
Okay, so we made sangria. And
how was it, Matt?
It was great. Was it
Jerry Jeff Walker approved?
I don't know who that is.
What?
And
get out of my house! Get out! I know you're more red than me, but leave my home.
No. So with the fruit that was left over, we pureed that, reduced it, made a glaze. Very nice. So, chips. We could do chips. We could have done chips. But then it would just have been us crunching, eating the chips, and I have this jaw thing, and you open a bag of chips in front of me, I'm eating the whole bag of chips.
Do androids eat chips?
Androids, it depends. If it's the androids from humans, I believe they have like a bag.
I think it's microchips, Matt. I think it's a joke.
Oh, okay. Well, so they had a bag so they could eat them. And then it would be deposited in the bag, and then they would take the bag out, empty it, and put it back in after cleaning it. Nuts and bolts, baked Chex Mix. I do not like Chex Mix. A flaw of mine, possibly.
I don't like it that much because, I don't have to hunt for my food. That's why I left Missouri. And Chex Mix is just a hunt. You're hunting for those. What are those little crispy burnt boys who I love? What are those called?
The burnt boys. The Chex Mix.
Anyway, so what we got is sangria puree, basically, and then vanilla ice cream, and we're going to eat that.
Ooh, it's nice and frostbitten.
It is nice and frostbitten. This is the ice cream that is in our store during a quarantine.
Yeah, so it's a Blue Bunny. If you know me, you know the story about Blue Bunny.
I don't know that story.
You do.
No, I don't.
I went to a Blue Bunny store with friends in middle school on the day we got our grades. And then, for some reason, when my friend got like a C or something, I think it was, he threw away his report card and said, "Hey, don't tell my mom."
Oh.
And then it came up it's like, oh, you guys got your report cards. Where's yours? And I blurted out, I'm like, oh yeah, like he got one and he threw it away. Something to that effect.
So you're a narc?
I didn't intend to do it. I didn't want to do it because I was at his birthday. And so I wouldn't do that normally. But for whatever reason I did. And now I feel guilty about it. Ultimately, though, I don't think I should feel guilty because he was, misleading his mother. And,
where is he now, Matt?
He is in good shape. He's much taller than he was then. And I think he managed a bar or like a series of bars. Just put it on there. That's fine. And
a little bit more.
Why are you putting? Okay.
Because you got an A on your report card.
No, I didn't. At that school, I did not get an A. I made because they still had spelling like heathens.
I love spelling. What's wrong with you?
I'm dyslexic.
Oh.
That's what's wrong with me. I'm severely dyslexic.
Sorry.
And so that made it difficult to do well. At one point at that school, when I was trying out for basketball, I got a D- in a class, and my teacher said, that was the coach of the basketball team, said, oh, this is just so you can play. Like they did this as a grace to you. It was religious school. And so, made me feel guilty about that too. But, ultimately everything worked out. I have not talked to that guy in years, so probably everything's okay. He looks like he's doing good from my Facebook stalking. If any of you are watching this that knew me back then, tell me if I'm a okay person or don't,
Tell him he's an okay person, just generally. He likes to hear it.
I like to hear it.
You don't have to, but he likes to hear it.
It's life affirming. I think we should, I try and do what I can to affirm people's beliefs and kindnesses. And, it's always good to hear it, in my opinion. And what I'm doing right now is I'm mixing these fruits into the vanilla ice cream. The Blue Bunny vanilla ice cream. Friend of the show, Blue Bunnies.
Blue Bunnies. Much like the Blue Bunnies on this Peeps Creamer that I'm obsessed with.
Yeah.
Peeps Creamer. Hey, Hattie likes it.
And much like the blue on this Rocketbook.
Rocketbook. What is a Rocketbook?
A Rocketbook is an amazing device that's paper that you can write on. You can take a picture of it and it can automatically transcribe it. You can save it to your Google Drive, to your Dropbox, to all of these things, to your email. It'll transcribe it for you, and then you just go in and you edit what you're doing. And it's a lot of fun. It saves a lot of time, and it can make you feel really, really efficient.
Well, I'm Hattie Hayes.
And I'm Matt Storrs. I haven't taken a bite yet.
No, he has not. This is pretty good. This is our topic tonight.
Very cool.
Matt is a wonderful human being. Thank you. Ian Gilb, friend of the show. You have a video from him that we will. It will be on there. We'll be back next week to talk about bees. Do you guys know how I feel about bees? You'll find out. We will be streaming back here, maybe other places. God,
we'll figure
save
out.
us. And we're gonna.
We love you very much. Thank you for tuning in. You're wonderful people. Thank you so much.
And hey, to play us out, I'm gonna play a song from our friend of the show, Maggie Lalley. She hosts a show called Dear Diary, which will be streaming over on QED Astoria's Instagram after this.
Oh, so switch right over there.
Switch right over there. And I'm gonna play us out with that while Matt and I eat some ice cream. If that's okay with you guys.
It sounds great to me.
Okay. Is it good, Matt? That's the ice cream?
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, cool. Well, here's Maggie Lalley.
I'm blacked out and it's only 9 a.m. My brain is turning mush from the weed. I looked online to order a feed. My teeth are turning black from the wine. I'm blacked out and it's only 9 a.m. My brain is turning mush from the weed. I looked online to order a